Hello everyone. I'm going to do a reaction to Leaflet's video today. Leaflet's Put 'em in the Box. I've not actually, well, I've watched this video, but I've not, obviously I've not actually recorded a reaction to it. But I actually really like the song. But obviously I've got to say one thing. The fact that he has too much hair. That's obvious what people have been saying. But I'll play the song first, because obviously it's a decent video now. Well, decent time ago it actually got released, so I don't think it's as much of a problem to actually record the whole thing, but here goes. And then I'll pause it afterwards and then sort of speak of the references and stuff like that.
The screen glows blue in a room of dust and mold. Another death threat, another story told. Eat shit and die, says the ghost behind the mask. They want me murdered, is that such a heavy task? Some she they freak with a mental fucking hole. Wants to see the maggot swallow up my soul. They hope I ride on a cross of roach and slime, but I'm just sitting here killing fucking time. I've got the infinity gauntlet of the broken and the mad. The diaper sexual furries, they're all so fucking sad. They scream into the void of a sight that doesn't care, while I'm clicking these pliers, breathing stagnant air. So put 'em in the box, let the walls be cold and white. Throw the keys away and end this mental blight. Institutionalize the rot, let the asylums rise again. I'm the harbinger of logic, the surgeon of their pain. The world will be a paradise, a clean and silent land, when every screaming retard is dealt a heavy hand. Yeah, put 'em in the box. Blue skies a cesspool where the moderation's limp. Every basement dwelling loser, every blue-haired pimp, advocating murder in the name of being kind, while Section 20 leaves the justice fucking blind. They say I'm a net negative, a cancer on the earth, but their own pathetic lives haven't seen a moment's worth. They're begging on their cash apps, crying on the floor, while I'm the one they hate and I'm the one they adore. Success is measured in decades, like the prophecy of doom. If you strike me down today, you'll be singing a different tune. A million more will rise, a million more will fight. You can't kill an idea with your petty childish spite. I don't fear the reaper, I don't fear the grave. Before I was born, I was nothing. There's nothing left to save. But while I'm I'm an irrelevant retard. Right? That's what you said. But you're still watching. You're always watching. It is what it is.
I love that song, and that's probably, in a way, one of the reasons why I actually started recording videos. Because from Leaflet's videos, I then found Skyebrows, then I've watched his Cream of the Slop, and their most recent, well, before the most recent one, but Amelia. That's one that sort of made me make content, even though I make still not the best content. I'd say it's getting better, and it's getting better relatively quick as well. It feels like my content's got a lot better in a relatively short amount of time. But I'll basically do like a quick recap, in a way the same as what Leaflet did in hers, but even quicker, just because I don't know how to really react to it. Because I've listened to it so much that I've listened to quite a few reactors as well, including Leaflet. But obviously if you got the start, Asmongold makes perfect sense. And then I love the references to different articles, like, well, not articles, but its man, I think he was a child abuser. I'm pretty sure he's a child abuser. I'm not 100% sure with that, but pretty sure I heard that with him. He's abusing his own son, I think. But and then I've seen that one quite a few times. But it's normally to do with other stuff now, I think. Less so to do with Trump when you see it. And then obviously, Sam Piker and Kaya should not be associated, in my opinion, because Kaya is innocent. The dog is innocent. And Hassan supports literal terrorists. He's not necessarily a terrorist, technically, but he supports terrorists. So it's like, why does a dog have to be associated with him? I can understand in this context, because obviously, especially with him having lightning abilities, it makes sense. And then, that's my goal again. Oh, where'd I go? I missed it. I think it's like, after this, is it? There. That's to do with him using a rat as an alarm clock at one point. He was definitely a disgusting person. Like, not, I don't think he's a dick when it comes to him, his personality and that, but the way he lived wasn't the best. I think, well, I sorted part of it out now, because obviously his room's been tidied and stuff like that, but it's a progression thing, innit? And then, why is this sort of shit allowed? Like, Asmongold needs to die. I wish Asmongold would die, it probably says. Asmongold literally deserves to die. And then that one's them dancing at, the one on the left is them dancing at Asmongold's death. It's like, people are just evil. And then also they're the ones who are called the tolerant. They care about people, except when they disagree with it. Then they deserve to die. But I think this was just a cool show, if I remember right, where she added the NPC. But this sort of relates back to the first one, where none of them technically say he should die. None of them technically say Asmongold should die. But obviously, they're saying that. But they're not saying it themselves. Nope. I don't know why it doesn't show the image right. But this obviously references the fact that he's all buffs. So it's like, oh yeah, I'm a communist, I'm trans, I support Ukraine, Palestine, and all that sort of stuff. It's like power up, getting more and more stronger. Obviously, when it comes to Leaflet, she's sort of a lot of RPG minded stuff. And then obviously that sort of relates to him being a quote unquote disgusting person. But the way that he lives rather than the way he is, I would not say he's a disgusting person when it comes to personality and stuff like that. Yeah, again. And obviously that's like Jesus imagery. But yeah, again, it's him being a best way. I don't even know the best way to put it. Probably physically disgusting, you could say. Like not personality wise. I keep saying that, but you get what I mean. And then there has to be a reference to the that. There's obviously the reference to him getting more views than Hassan, because there has to be a bit of a dig towards Hassan. You don't blame her. And then the gauntlet of I think what it was called now.
Got the infinity gauntlet of the broken and the mad.
The broken and the mad. There's just as more and more people get more and more annoyed, he just gets more and more powerful. So it's kind of a funny one. And then that obviously relates to Minnesota. Oh, the images on this make no sense. I don't know why. There we go. But a lot of furries are just creeps. Like I know furries which aren't creeps. They do their own thing in RP servers and whatever, but when it gets to this extent, it's like it's just weird. Why? Not all of them, but some of them are disgusting. And then I kind of feel sorry for this woman. Is that? Okay, I'll play it. Oh, that's not where I wanted to pause.
The diaper sexual furries there.
And I didn't realise that was before. Obviously, it's that creep who, for some reason, was on the front page of Twitch. But what? Why? Why Twitch? I know Twitch is Twitch, but why Twitch?
We're all so fucking sad. They scream and
That's the one where I kind of feel sorry for her, because she's just become an icon of being triggered. It's like all the people who just don't understand anything, who cry when people disagree with them, basically, or get triggered by real life and how life is. It's weird. But it's funny the fact that she's become an icon, but I kind of feel sorry. Because that's. Must have been like nearly 10 years ago. And this time I actually know why I'm playing the video whilst I'm talking, just because it's easy to miss him and this isn't working properly, so.
to the void of a site that doesn't care while I'm clicking these pliers.
And this is kind of a double one, where I was saying about the fact that he ripped out his teeth with the pliers because they were getting in the way. But also, it was just at one point clicking the pliers is like a fidget toy, essentially. I've not done that, but I can imagine that being satisfying, for lack of a better term. And he was wearing that shirt, so it shows leaflet. Does watch the content. I think I saw that one, but I couldn't remember his shirt, so obviously I wasn't paying much attention. And then him building the prison. And Rev throwing away the keys so that lock them up for life, because those people are just insane. Like, there should be an insane asylum for those people, because I don't know why we actually fully stopped them. I said it before, the insane asylums were bad, or insane asylums were bad, but they just need to be revamped, not completely wasted. They were a good thing. You need to remove people who are unstable from the community, you could say. And I've not watched I think what it's called now, One Piece, but Leaflet said that his ability is like toxin and poison. Obviously all these people are toxic, so by having him there, he can counter their toxicity.
Let the asylums rise again. I'm the harbinger.
I can't think of his name now, but he's obviously always on the whatever podcast. Was it him? Pretty sure it's him, where he's got like a very distinctive laugh. That's why she just added the laugh.
Logic, the surgeon of the
And Nux is I know he's had some current word, some current drama. I don't know what's going on with that. I'm not really paying attention to it because it sounds creepy as fuck, really. And Straub's and Barb's. Straub, obviously, Darlin Straub, Rev's wife, but Barb's from Side Scrollers. And it is kind of funny that the AI seemed to think for itself, and the punch actually causes the nose ring to disappear. So she might become a quote-unquote normal person instead of being on a nose ring septum piercing lot. And this is the part where I didn't have a clue who this guy was. Did not have a clue. But because I've watched this video, I then did research into Skyebrows, started watching his videos, and then he came out with like which one was it? I can't think of which one actually came out when I first saw it, but obviously Cream of the Slop, the actual quote with Remy Manjaro and A Million Amelias. They are both songs which have made me go, I'm gonna make content. I'm gonna speak my mind. And yeah. And it's brilliant seeing his content whenever it pops up, and I use it in the gym now all the time. It's good music, in my opinion.
Blue skies a cesspool where the moderations limp. Every basement dwelling loser, every blue.
And it's obvious about Blue Sky anyway, where they don't think stuff through. It's like I saw some statements where it's like, oh yeah, it must be wrong. But no, but there's no evidence. I can't think of what it was specifically, but it's like there's literally no evidence. Why are you acting like it's the worst thing ever? Because to do with the Epstein files, where somebody's name was in there thousands of times, and it's still just powerful people talk to each other. There's not any evidence proving that somebody's in the wrong. It's questionable, but at the same time, if somebody's a big person, like a big personality or whatever, they're going to be mentioned. They absolutely are, but they don't seem to pay attention to that. It's talking to each other. Like they've not actually read the emails or whatever, but what can you say? Moderation's limp. They can accuse people of something with no evidence, but let them do it. Yep, this is absolutely true. Like recently I saw, because obviously I've spoke about Rupert Lowe, where there was somebody who posted an image of Rupert Lowe getting shot in the neck. Because it was his face overlaid onto Charlie Kirk. But apparently that's fine because he's apparently a neo-Nazi. What are these then? There's something that's kind of worse. Communist. More people have died under communism than they've died under fascism. I don't like either one. Like either one is evil, and potentially, depending on how you look at it, potentially, fascism is left wing anyway, or Nazism is left wing. So it's not even as simple as that. While Section 20 leaves the justice fucking blind. Another one where I don't actually know what's going on, because obviously Tectone's had some sort of controversy with his ex, but I've seen like some clips talking about how I think the judge, the defendant or plaintiff, I don't know which side it is, said that, oh yeah, she's autistic. It's like, oh yeah, she's got mental illnesses. So any accusations must be true. I don't know. I've not actually watched the video, but it's like, why bring up like autism and stuff like that? Especially autism, where pretty much everyone has autism, especially nowadays. They say I'm a net negative, a cancer on the earth. But and that it's an easy thing to miss because obviously it's so quick. I think that's QT Cinderella. Oh, I think I can slow it down. I think I can skip through it easier. Oh no. That doesn't sound good. I'll probably end up muting this bit. So that first one is I can't think of his name now. Destiny, Brogan, Nyara, and Bosch. Or BA's Bosch. I think that's meant to be QT Cinderella. I think that's what Leaflet said. And then that one's I can't even think of a name now. She's always stoned anyway. And she's always smoking. And that's somebody who used to always attack Asmongold, because and then Goon otherwise, because obviously it makes perfect sense. So I'll go back to the normal speed now. And then obviously Hassan. I think the 2% detector is relating to retardation. That's what it feels like anyway. But I don't have a clue with that one. I don't have a clue with that quote. I'm not terminally online, I'm just online quite a lot, so I don't pick up everything. I just pick up quite a few. And then obviously that relates to the fact that BLM was a scam. Like, there's no getting around it. It absolutely was a scam. And obviously it's got the revolutionary fist, so they're communist as well. But like, oh, I got no money. Yay. And this one obviously relates to the fact that Caleb Hammer messaged her saying, I've told you and see if you can do better with finances, because she's complaining about having no money, but she could get her nails done, I don't know whether she got her hair done. Obviously she wears a headscarf, but I won't be surprised she got her hair done as well. And obviously, this is like a really obvious reference, but that all the people who attack him, all the people who despise him, are the first people who want to watch him. Like, obviously it's more hate watching, but they still want to see him. They're just attention seekers at that point.
Success is measured in decades, like the prophecy of doom. If you strike me down today, you'll be singing a different tune.
Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. And obviously I was talking about Charlie Kirk with Rupert Lowe. And I can't think of who this one is. I think it's Kangley or something like that. Like, he's a YouTuber who was like one of the last people to actually talk to Charlie Kirk. And then some of these I've not watched. Like Lord Rexford, I think. I've not actually watched any of his videos. Celestium, I don't think I've watched any of those. Benny Johnson, Mama Oko, Kirsha, and oh, not Kirsha, Kitsu, and Templar something. I've not watched his videos either, so it's like 3 of them I haven't actually watched. I should do, really, because a lot of these people end up being really good content to watch. And then obviously that's where Kirsha is. But it's still kind of funny that Kirsha is always paired up with Asmongold. I know not really paired up in this one, but it would be kind of funny if they got together, because Asmongold is always complaining about well, not always, but he said about the fact that it's getting too late for him. He wants to be able to have kids, but it's getting too late for him, because obviously he's like 30 odd. But it's never too late, especially for a guy. For a woman, it's a bit different, but she's like under 30. I don't know how old Keisha actually is, but if she's under 30, that's not a massive age gap. She's like even 25. Kind of interesting. Seeing like Keisha and Asmongold get together. I still think that'd be kind of funny. And kind of cute as well, because obviously Keisha has been watching him for years, even before anybody really got political.
with your petty childish spite. I don't feel.
And this whole segment's just a reference to bosses is beaten or memes. I guess like there's obviously the Jenkins. I think it's Jenkins. I can't even think of the name. And obviously, for a second, there was a reference to New World of Warcraft, which is gone a bit shit. Like, I'd probably still play the new expansion when it comes out, just because the game's fun, but I won't necessarily keep on my subscription. Got one going at the moment, but that's just because I'm waiting for that to come out.
I'll be the mirror of your soul, a cynical king in a roach-infested hole. Oh!
Never mind, that was the reference to him having more watchers. I thought it was earlier on for some reason. And this is a reference to like some statistic thing, I think, to do with botting, I'm pretty sure. But even Leaflet said that most people probably didn't get it. And people don't know this, but Robin DiAngelo is basically one of the starting point of like modern feminism. The joke of modern feminism. They don't care about equality, they want supremacy. And they always thought that was Eli. I can't think of who it is, but it's not Eli on the right. But obviously there's a reference to Donut Operator and Brandon Herrera. Donut Operator in the middle, Brandon Herrera on the left. And oh, in fact, I think Brandon Herrera has the AK-50, which I think was mentioned in the video, but I can't remember for sure. And obviously, put a thumb on it is relating to Kentucky Ballistics, where one of the bullets exploded and almost killed him. But it's insane that he didn't, and he had to wrap his shirt up and ram it in his neck to make sure it didn't bleed out. Luckily, he survived and healed quite quick by the sounds of it. Mizuki? I think that was Mizuki fighting. I can't remember all the references now. I remembered him at first, but I can't remember him now. There's who is it? Denims, I think. I think it's Denims, that one. Caleb Hammer, and yes, it is on the other side. Brogan. And as I said, like, Caleb Hammer tried to help her at one point, but she didn't want the help. Just wanted to just complain about money, complain about the system, even though she's not doing anything to fix herself. But obviously, when it comes to like communists and stuff like that, can do no wrong. It's obviously the system every time. Destiny versus, I don't know who that is. I remember hearing about it, but I can't think of who that one is. Smogolana versus, I think who it is, but the one who's, as I said before, is always stoned. She was complaining about having no money and being attacked, even though she was attacking somebody else, saying that, what was it? Oh yeah, you killed your mother. Like, she's just a degenerate piece of shit. Because obviously, even if it was 100% somebody's fault because of the stupid things they did, you still don't have to be a dick about it. It's like, yeah, rest in peace, whatever like that, just leave it. They passed away. But I wouldn't say anything like if her family died from smoke inhalation or whatever because she kept smoking all the time, I wouldn't blame her for it. And then, I don't know whether I said it, but obviously Smoke Alana. Hero Hay versus Anna Valens, or Anal Violence, as Keisha says, because, yeah, so is, well, she, just to help YouTube there, is a very weird person. Obviously supports playing games whilst literally using a sex toy. Like, kids' games whilst using a sex toy. Up their ass. So, why?
So put 'em in the box, let the walls be.
Somalis were riding Karen pigs, chasing Nick Shirley.
Cold and white, throw the keys.
I know this is a reference to I think it's a thought experiment or something where somebody was saying we threw all the communists into a river, but I've heard little bits of it, but it's obviously a thought experiment. Nobody actually did it. And Mentis. And that's to do with the woman who jumped on somebody's back and the guy just snapped and just body slammed her and just walked away. Which is a brilliant way to respond to people like that. It's like, didn't do anything, started walking away. I'm gonna punch them in the head. But no, you're not. You're going on the floor. Because, as I say all the time, you shouldn't start a fight with anybody, obviously. But women should never start a fight with men. Because even me, I haven't been going to the gym that long, but I can chest press a lot more than what a woman can. Like, a lot more. I can do 190, which I'm surprised I could do, but it shows. Like, you should not start a fight with anybody, obviously, but especially somebody who's noticeably stronger than you, which men are inherently. And she was just looking out, just like, I don't know what to do. Like, she can sort of see that point. Obviously, she's left leaning. I don't know whether she would actually be considered left, like far left, but I don't think she would. But she's definitely left leaning though, which is fine. No, nobody should attack somebody because they're left or right, just inherently, because it's a political view. It shouldn't affect the way you are as a person. But yeah, just look at life slightly different. But doesn't mean you want people to die who disagrees with you. And obviously that was Legal Mindset versus I think his name now, but the guy in Japan who's currently arrested, I'm pretty sure. Currently at least under house arrest because of stuff like this where it's like throwing noodles about.
The world will be a paradise, a clean and silent land when every screaming retard is dealt a heavy hand. Put 'em in the box. Put 'em in the box. Go ahead and report me. I'm an irrelevant retard. Right? That's what you said. But you're still watching. You're always watching. It is what it is.
Yeah, and that's a video that I definitely recommend people watching. I've watched it quite a few times, and most of the songs, especially the AI songs, are really good gym songs. I keep saying that, but they're really good gym songs. They're upbeat, fast, energetic, and obviously most of the good ones still have a message in them, so it makes it better for that as well. But I'll stop the recording here, and I hope you enjoyed. And as before, because nobody's actually responding in the comments on the last one, tell me if my model is alright, or if there's any issues with it, because it's just me more so messing around than anything. But I'll stop here anyway. Hopefully you enjoyed, regardless.